The first thing that we'll do is install the Unity Hub, which is a central location for all of your projects and editor installs. If you're using the GameDev EDU documentation, you'll be able to use the link that's embedded within the manual to take you straight to the download page. Once you get to that download page, we're just looking for the button that says download, which will download the Unity Hub installer for us. If you're not using the documentation, you can just go to unity.com/download, which takes you to the same page. From there, we're clicking that download button, which will download the Unity Hub installer. Once the installer is downloaded, we can navigate to the download location, double click on the installer to run it. This will go through the process to install the Unity Hub. We just need to click I agree and next and yes. Once you've done that, you'll get to this sign in page. If you already have a Unity account, you can go ahead and sign in. If not, and you're completely new to Unity and you don't have an account yet, you can hit create account and follow along with this process that we're about to go through. You just need to fill out the details such as your email, password, username and full name. Check that you are not a robot. I would suggest just clicking the first two boxes there, leaving the marketing one unchecked. From there, it should open a web page which will launch the Unity Hub automatically for you and sign in with your new account. The next step in this process is to install a Unity editor, which is a program that we'll be using to actually make games. So once you've signed into the Unity Hub, you'll be presented with a screen like this. You may not have any projects in your project list, and that's okay. What we need to first do is navigate to the Installs tab on the left-hand side there in that menu. If you don't have any installs, again, this screen will be blank. All you need to do is navigate up to the blue button that says Install Editor, and you'll see a list of Unity editors there. For our purposes, the easiest way to do this is just to install the first one in the list, which will be Unity 6. The exact version number doesn't matter too much for now. It'll be Unity 6000.0 point something. From there, we need to uncheck Microsoft Visual Studio. We're going to do that ourselves and leave all the other boxes unchecked. And then click install and let it do its thing. It may take a while depending on your hardware, so just let it download and install. If the download or install fails, just try it again, maybe exit the Unity Hub and reopen it before trying it once more. We'll be using Visual Studio Community as our code editor for this course, so follow that link to the download page and download the Visual Studio installer. Once that has downloaded, run it and click continue. It'll get a few things ready in the background. This first window that pops up, it's really important to scroll down and select Game Development with Unity. We can uncheck the Unity Hub. We've done that ourselves already. And then click install. This process can take a while. Once that has finished, Visual Studio is good to go, so we can exit that window. To create a new project within the Unity Hub, we can go back to the Projects tab and select the big blue New Project button. We want to make sure that the editor version is the one that we installed earlier, just in case you've also installed a different version. Once you've done that, there'll be a lot of different options that you can choose from on the left-hand side from Sample or Learn. For this series, we'll be using the Universal 2D Core. So go ahead and give your new project a descriptive name, something like Introduction to Unity, Ensure that it's saved to a local drive, not a cloud location like OneDrive or Google Drive. For the organization, just select the options that are there, and you can uncheck Connect to Unity Cloud and hit Create. The first aspect of the Unity UI that we'll look at is the project window. Think of this as your game's file cabinet. It holds all of the stuff you need: scripts, images, sounds, 3D models, 2D models, animations, and more. If you import assets like a cool character model or sound effect, they'll show up here as well. The hierarchy is just a list of everything in your scene. If you have a character, a background, a light source, or even just an empty object, it'll appear here. The inspector is where you customize the game objects. Whenever you select something in the hierarchy, this panel shows all of its settings, also known as components. You might see the transform, its position, rotation, and scale, a sprite renderer to show a visual, a rigid body to give physics. The scene view is where you build your game. You can move objects around, scale them, rotate them, and adjust settings. It's your creative canvas. The game view is what the player sees when they're playing the game, so it shows the final version of your scene from the perspective of your player. The play, pause, and step buttons allow you to control how you interact with the Unity user interface. When you hit the play button, you'll go into play mode, which will let you see your game running in real time. When the game is running, you can hit the pause button to go back into the scene view if you need to change anything around. Thanks so much for watching, guys. You should now have Unity and Visual Studio installed, ready to start making your own video games. We'll see you next time on GameDev EDU.